Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87, and this is Let's Play Virtue's Last Reward, Part 58. Oh man, so much for ending it by Part 50, so much for ending it by Part 55, and honestly, we're not going to end this by Part 60. I have no real clue how much is left, but I know it's a decent amount, basically. So, last video, what did we do in the last video? We did some weird stuff, man. We transported our the game's getting fucking weird, dude. Or weirder than it already was. We transported our consciousness back to the very beginning of the game, where then we were able to stop Dio from killing Akane. Akane told us some stuff. We managed to come back to our original timeline a couple hours later, and everyone now has 9 BP because they played the AV game while we were asleep, and we're about to bounce and leave Dio behind, because fuck Dio. Let's go.
Alright, let's get going.
So basically, we've won. We're all about to leave together. Hell yeah, dude. I'm really in that, I don't know, we could have, an hour left? We could have, 3 hours left. I really don't remember. I'm kind of at that point where, I remember, 2 more things, basically.
Yes, just get on with it.
Honestly, all the stuff with Akane, completely forgotten about all that shit. I vaguely remembered the old woman being Akane, but her, interacting with her and everything, did not remember any of that. Everyone else swallowed and nodded. I grabbed the lever and pulled it down. Ain't it beautiful?
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Alright, everybody, let's move. I didn't need to tell them twice. The room inside was clearly a loading elevator. It looked like some sort of large plate on top of a huge pedestal. We ran to the center of the plate and turned around.
2, 1, 0. The number 9 door is closing.
There we go. We're point of no return.
The number 9 door has closed. This end. Thank you. As the gate.
I feel like we've heard that many times by now. Let's go. I should have made some coffee in between episodes, because this is episode 4 or 5 I've recorded, including the dice puzzle episode, which completely destroyed my brain. There's been basically no downtime, because I think, as I mentioned several videos ago, start of the recording session, I really want to beat this game today, and I'm running a little low on time. It's not it's not a harsh time limit. It's just I want to be done recording by about 9, just out of courtesy's sake.
We did it.
Yes, we should keep moving.
Even though, it is a Saturday, and no normal human being goes to bed that early unless, you're me. And because I'm an old man, my sleep schedule is I'm at my happiest when I go to bed at 6 p.m. and wake up at midnight. It's a weird sleep schedule, but it's pretty good, honestly. Especially if you're like me and you don't have any social obligations because you have no friends. Beyond the door was a wide hallway that ended in a very solid wall. To the left, we found a very familiar looking door. We pushed it open and we went in. The pressure exchange chamber.
You know what this place is?
Hell yeah. Yeah, sorta. This whole facility is pressurized apparently. I think the idea is to keep the air outside and air out, virus out. That means that if we want to go outside, we have to decompress so we match the outside air pressure. This room here is where you prepare for going into the actual pressure exchange room.
Whoa! Hold on a minute! You're saying the air outside is full of that horrible virus?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Of course, according to Akane, we were already infected with Radical 6, so the whole room seemed a little pointless.
Why? How did all this happen? Did they? No. That's not possible.
We've come this far. We can't turn back now. Let's go outside. There's no way to know what's really going on until we do.
All right.
No one else objected. We all donned the protective suits and headed downstairs to the decompression room. Through my helmet, I could hear the soft hiss of air being sucked out of the room. We stood there for several minutes, waiting for the process to finish. At last it did, we heard the door begin to open. Yeah, I really should have invested in some coffee, but, you know, it's too late now. I gotta keep on trucking, dude. Because it's not like it's just really, like, these recording mini episodes in a row, it just, like, it's mentally exhausting. Like, I've only been doing it for, like, 4 hours now, and I'm just, like, I feel so tired. I have so much respect for, like, any type of, like, streamer or something, like, any of those people that do, like, 12-hour plus marathons, like, regularly, like, that's insane to me. I don't know how people do it. I mean, maybe if you're, like, I think it's really the talking. Like, the talking really is what wears you out. So maybe, like, some of the street, like, if you're not, like, a very talkative person, maybe, it's not as tiring, but I don't know how it's done. Because it's just, you're just mentally exhausted. The dead, bleak landscape wasn't a surprise for me. I'd seen it before in another timeline. The others hadn't, however, and although I couldn't see their faces through the visors of their helmets, I heard more than a few gasps over the radio. For a few long moments, we just stood there astonished.
Where the hell are we?
The desert, I guess?
I figured that out. I mean, which one?
I don't know, but I think I know what day it is. Look at the moon. It's red, right? That means today's the total lunar eclipse.
Yep.
So?
Remember the astronomy magazine in the lounge? Well, the next eclipse like this was going to be on December 31st, 2028. So...
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Are you suggesting we were sleeping for a week after we were abducted?
I think so.
Wherever we were must have been far away from any city. The air was cleaner than I'd ever seen it. And the stars, the sky was full of them. More stars than I'd ever seen in my life. I could even spot the hazy arm of the Milky Way. But most striking feature was the moon. It was blood red and massive, much bigger in fact than I remembered it being. I mean, it's not that big. Then as I watched, a black spot began to move across the surface. It was hard to see details, but it looked circular. The spot continued to move across the moon, heading for the right edge. What's that?
The moon.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
the moon's shadow, actually.
The moon's shadow? I frowned. That didn't make any sense.
Zero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the beans on his operation. He said if I didn't toe the line, he wouldn't just kill me. He'd kill Quark, too. And I agreed, like an idiot, and brought Quark with me.
Yo, what is like Twice Timioji in on this and everything?
Just so I could see her.
Oh, well, yeah, duh, the Akane thing. I don't know why I was just like... So he's just that obsessed.
Such an idiot. So, that being the case, might as well start with this. I meant what I said before. That up there is the moon's shadow.
What the hell are you saying?
Think about it. If that's the moon's shadow, then what's it falling on?
That's Earth?
Yeah. It's not the red moon you get from a lunar eclipse. And again, this isn't a lunar eclipse. It's a solar eclipse. Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon covering the sun.
What? No way! If that's the Earth, then where the hell are we?
The moon, of course.
Shut up, Quark.
This is the lunar surface. We were just inside a moon base. No way. No, you've got to be lying. How do you expect us to believe that? This can't be the moon.
Yeah,
I don't know, looks pretty moony to me.
that's pretty ridiculous. Besides, if this was the moon, how do you explain the gravity? The moon only has 1/6 of the Earth's gravity. So what's this?
She picked up a rock and dropped it.
See? That looked perfectly normal.
Yes, it looked that way.
Oh, that's so clever. It's 1/6 of gravity. They all have radical 6, so their brains are moving at 1/6 speed.
You were right about the gravity in a way. I was one of the people who knew this wasn't Earth. Well, I suppose I'm not.
I assume that's what it's going for. I don't actually remember, but I believe that's what it's going for.
Excuse me? What?
Please just listen.
Oh yeah, they don't know she's a robot.
Alice, you were infected with Radical 6. Then we gave you the Excelivir, which cured you. The Radical 6 isn't completely gone, though. Some of its symptoms stick around for a while.
What symptoms?
Well, Radical 6 can slow down your brain's processing speed by the root of 1/6. It can take a while for your brain to get back up to speed. Every one of us has been infected. In other words, all of our brains have been processing information at a much lower speed. If you evaluated the root of 1/6, you'll get a number close to 0.408. That means our brains are running at something slightly less than half speed. As you said before, the moon's gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth's. The time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root of the gravitational acceleration.
You just hurt my head. That sentence is like an assault on me right there.
Since the gravity is lower on the moon, that means the time increases. I guess that's a little technical.
A little?
Let me give you an example. Say you drop an apple from a height of 4.9 meters.
Why 4.9?
It will take approximately 1 second to hit the ground. On the moon, however, that time would be 1 second times root 6, which would be approximately 2.45 seconds. I used 4.9 meters because it matches up with the acceleration of gravity nicely, but it could be anything. The gravity constant is, well, a constant. You could drop something from 10 centimeters or 10 meters and it would be the same.
Yo, quit using your robo brain on us.
Does that make sense? So, now we've established that on the moon, things fall root 6 times slower than they do on Earth. That being the case, what would happen if someone's brain slowed down by root 1/6? To them, 2.45 seconds would feel like 1 second.
Also, why did Luna just get
4.9
loud?
seconds would feel like 2.
Like, I'm not crazy, right? She just got louder there,
But it's not hypothetical.
and like now she's quieter again.
That's what's been happening to every one of us. Wait, you're saying that's the reason we didn't notice the weaker gravity? Are you sure you didn't notice anything? Think back. Huh? You and Sigma and Phi said something about it in the lounge. About how you felt weird.
Did we?
It's kind of like my body isn't really mine. I'm sort of floating. Like that?
Dang, that's a callback. That was a long time ago we did that. I don't remember that really. It seemed insane, but what Luna said made sense. In fact, it explained Phi's apparently superhuman strength quite well. I don't know why like Phi's the only one that gets to do superhuman stuff though. Oh, it's so good. So, you know, the moon-based stuff, you know, so now that that's been revealed, right, is a really cool twist. It's actually was really cool to me the first time I played, because I actually kind of predicted it really early on. It's like, for transparency's sake, the first time I played this game, I actually went on this far right path first, which is probably, I don't know if that's the best or the worst one, because that's basically the true ending path, right? And you're, you know, guaranteed you hit the dead end at the bomb, right? But it does include the talking about, you get introduced to the gimmick of the story very early, compared to like when the LP, I think we did it maybe halfway through, right? But you get like the whole thing about transferring consciousness through time. Like that's laid out very early if you do the far right path. And it has that scene where when Sigma first like has the flash forward to the bombs or whatever, and then it shows that like scene of the bombs blowing up, is that it's basically just this screen, right? And I'm like, this looks like the moon. Like, it just looks like the moon, you know? And so I was like, you know, so I was pretty much able to figure out, or like had that suspicion. I mean, it's not definitive or anything, but it was really cool, like getting that confirmed, you know, later in the game that they were actually on the moon the whole time.
This is crazy. That can't possibly be Earth out there. Look at it. I've seen photos of Earth, and it's blue and green and beautiful. That thing is just red.
Before we get into that, I should probably tell you something. This isn't New Year's Eve in 2028.
Well, that's something that, you know, we also know.
Today is January 27th.
In 29?
No.
Don't tell me. 30?
Still no.
Then just what year is this?
It's 74.
Damn, dude.
2074.
So how long is that? I don't know math. So it was 28, 30, 44, so 46 years? Or something like that, you know, whatever, the January. You were abducted more than 45 years ago?
I don't blame you if you don't believe me, but it's the truth.
How can you be sure?
It's not that hard. Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074. Solar eclipses are easy to predict. We've known that there'd be one on the 27th for a long time. That's just science.
That's just science.
Nobody can change that.
That's a good line too.
But why is the Earth red?
That's a long story. About 45 years ago, on April 13th, 2029, there were 18 annihilation reactors operating in various parts of the world. On the 13th, all 18 of them went up, all at the same time. The explosion was about 180,000 times as powerful as the atom bomb they dropped on Hiroshima.
Why?
I suppose it started a few months before that. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada. On December 31st, 2028, there was an accident. Well, accident doesn't quite convey the right sense of the thing. The point is, Radical 6 claimed its first victims there, then escaped. Didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of the world. Like Luna explained, the virus slows your brain down, but eventually, it also makes you kill yourself. Pretty soon, the bodies started to pile up. Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the head. You know, the classics. But for some, it was poison, or fire, or asphyxiation, or the noose. Plenty of people jumped in front of trains or cars. One pilot on a passenger airline drove his plane into the ground. Most forms of transportation ground to a halt pretty fast. That meant food couldn't get distributed, and thousands of people who weren't even infected died from starvation. Everywhere you went, there were just piles of corpses, covered in flies and rats and crows. I don't know what hell's like, but I imagine it's a lot like that. After a while, people who managed to avoid getting infected started trying to get in touch with one another. They got a hold of some radios and organized a couple meetings. There was only one thing to discuss, of course. How could they get rid of Radical 6? The answer, they decided, was purification. They figured they could just roast the surface of the Earth and that'd kill the virus off for good.
That's a dumb plan, right?
On April 13th in 2029, they put their plan into effect. That plan was to detonate all 18 Annihilation reactors. Now the truth is, that's mostly just rumor. Nobody really knows what happened, but I've got my own theories.
Okay, because I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I think that the bombers had already been infected, and when they died, they took billions with them.
That makes a little more sense, actually.
The ultimate if I die, you're coming with me gesture, I suppose.
But the whole, hey, instead of trying to come up with like a medical cure for the virus, let's just nuke it.
I bet you money they'd all lost it long before they got to the reactors. Killing most of the world, no matter how bad things had gotten, was not a sane plan.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't directly responsible, Radical 6 killed most of the people on Earth. Anyway, why it happened isn't that important. Point is, it happened. You ever heard of nuclear winter? Well, that's basically what we got. The explosions threw a ton of crap up into the stratosphere, where it joined up with smoke and ash from all the fires. It blotted out the sun for 7 years.
Damn, dude.
Plants withered and animals died by the millions. The few humans who were left banded together to survive. They were rough times. Eventually, they were over, though. The sky cleared and the sun came back. Plants started blooming again, and the animals that hadn't died out completely began to reappear. Things weren't quite back to normal, though. It's been 45 years now, but there's still quite a bit of dust and ash in the air. That's what you're seeing. You know why a sunset's red? Well, this is the same thing. Blue and green light have short wavelengths, and they scatter when they run into debris in the air. Red light, on the other hand, has a longer wavelength, which means it'll get a lot farther when the air's dirty. So there you are.
It's another little interesting tidbit is you remember in Tim Myoji's ending, when you're reading Quark's letter, and it has some of the art in the background, it's always like a sunset, basically. And I assume that's supposed to be kind of teasing the idea that Earth is all fucked up.
The Earth looks red because that's the only color of light that can make it through the atmosphere.
And it also explains the whole why they were so poor and why it was such a big deal for that one kid to have a mother. I was speechless. What could I possibly say? There was no reason for Tim Myoji to lie to us. So we were standing on the moon, looking at the Earth. Also, I feel like the Earth should be a whole lot bigger, though. That's one thing I think that's a little bit of of an art, not to spoil it too much, I guess, is to make the Earth seem kind of, it should be a little bit bigger than that, I believe. I mean, I've never been to the moon personally. I know, big surprise, but I feel like the Earth would be a decent bit bigger. Maybe I'm wrong though. I mean, I don't know. I was so lost in thought that I barely noticed Fi's approach.
Hey, Sigma. I think I figured something out.
A window popped up on the inside of my helmet with Whisper in the... I was just about to say, like, why are you, like, trying... Because I thought they're all connected, but I guess there's a two-way channel. So you seem to be using a circuit only we could hear. Yeah? What is it?
I figured out why there's an extra E.
Huh? An extra E? Oh, yeah, the graffiti.
Yeah, the one on floor B.
Yeah, what's the extra E for? Is it an anagram thingy?
I think it's an anagram.
Yeah.
Just like on floor A.
Well, what does it say? What's Anna say this time?
God damn it, Sigma.
That's such a good delivery.
Knock it off.
We just learned that all of humanity's been murdered and Sigma's over here fucking cracking jokes. Sigma's the best, dude.
Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. If you rearrange the letters, you get... The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
What?
See?
I feel like that makes less sense, actually. Also, how the fuck do you do that in your head?
To get that. So they stuck an extra one in ninth.
The man on the moon rules the infinite time?
I think it's a message for us from Zero Senior and Akane. Remember what she was telling us?
We created the AB project for one purpose. To transport the consciousnesses of two people into the past. Those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Vi.
So, what are you getting at?
My God, you're slow.
Damn, dude. Hey, we got the Radical Six going. We can't think fast.
You don't get it? They're saying we rule the infinite time.
Actually, it says the man. Okay, Fi. Check yourself.
Infinite time. They weren't just talking about having us jump a couple hours. I think they're planning to send us back. Way back.
Whoa, wait a minute. Are you saying that you think they're gonna send us back 45 years?
Yeah, I'd bet on it.
So the ultimate purpose of the AB project is to send us back in time to that catastrophe Tim Yoji was talking about?
I think so.
That doesn't make sense, though. I mean, we came from that same time period before it actually... So why bring us here and then send us back?
Well, Akane should be able to tell us the rest. Let's go pay her a visit.
Do you know where she is?
I've got an idea. Come on, think. Remember what she said when she gave you the key?
Tu fui ego eris.
Ah, it was the thingy. How does Fi know that? She's never been to the garden with us. Well, I mean, she's been to the garden, for the bomb, but I guess maybe she just happened to see it. Because when we did the garden...
Come on, what are you waiting for?
We did it with Luna and Alice.
Let's go.
We turned and ran back into, the door's closed.
What are you doing? Did you forget something?
I'm kind of... How are we going to get back in? We're going to have a talk with somebody.
Who?
You really need me to spell it out? The person behind all this.
You mean Akane?
You shouldn't know that.
I'll take that as a yes. Let me accompany you then.
Wait, why do you know about Akane?
Why do you know about Akane?
I'll tell you when we get there.
Well, I mean, we know that he knew her.
Now, if you please.
Kay's still a bit of a question mark, honestly.
You folks just said the magic word.
Oh, yeah, you sent off his Akane senses. I guess everybody's gone. The gang's all here, dude.
So am I.
Hey, is this Akane you're talking about?
Yeah. You know her real well.
Wait. You're not... You're serious? What the hell is going on?
Oh, shut up. Just shut up and come if you want to. We don't need to do roll call. Once we get there, Akane can explain everything. With that, we headed back through the airlock. Wait, how are we gonna open the door again? Well, we might die of old age before it, elevator gets down there. Oh, okay. Apparently it just opens back up. Cool. Kind of figured that was a one and done thing.
Ah, clever. The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once the game ends. Assuming Zero Jr. was telling the truth, of course. But the door on floor B...
Oh, so that's why there's that door and it's not just a wall.
Yeah. Thought we might be able to take the lift to it. And it looks like I was right.
Any idea where Akane might be?
Yeah. The grave.
Wait, you mean the grave in the garden?
Why does everybody know about the grave in the garden? Don't worry. I don't think she's buried there or anything. Chances are she's alive. Just in the grave. Anyway, let's move to the garden. The B garden. The Balam garden. We still don't know what B stands for. If it stands for, I assume it stands for something. I mean, it definitely stands for something. It's got the little period. But I wonder if it's going to be something. I wonder if we'll learn what it stands for. If it's something clever or not.
Is Akane really under here?
Well, you know, you know what we're about to do here. We're about to end the video and find out if Akane is really under there next time, guys. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.